Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. So this is actually going to be a pick your own deck reading. So I have 4 different decks here, or I should say 4 different choices. So I have, this is going to be choice number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I will go ahead and explain to you what I'm using. I'm using a tarot deck combined with an oracle deck. So this one right here, this row, we have the The Art of Love Tarot by Tony Carmine Salerno, which is combined with the Gaia Oracle, which he also makes. This one is going to be a little bit darker here, so it doesn't mean it's going to be dark messages, but if you really like vampires and just kind of like mysterious things, I'm using the Tarot of the Vampires along with Wisdom of the House of Night, so just kind of magical and mystical. Now with this set 3 here, if you really like fairies, this is going to be the row that you would choose. So we have Fairy Oracle here along with the Hidden Realm Tarot. So we've got that. And then for choice number 4, I do have the Syrian Starseed Tarot along with the Cosmic Tarot. So this is very cosmic. So we have very cosmic-y type of look. We have fairy-ish stuff, darker stuff, vampires, and then not really sure what this one is. To me, it's kind of, hearts and light and angels and things like that. So just whatever you guys feel drawn to do, go ahead and choose that. I will put the timestamps in the description box below. So stack 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and make your choice, and I will go ahead and set these things aside and we will get started with the messages. So I'm going to go ahead and take these and put them over here. And we will start here. Okay, and I'm not reading any reversals today. I just am not guided to do so. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle each deck here, and then I will go ahead and start drawing cards. Not all these messages will resonate with you, so just take the ones that do and get rid of the rest. You can choose more than one stack if that's what you want to do. You can choose the entire reading, totally up to you. Okay, so with those shuffled, I'm going to go ahead and put those like this. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. So the very first card that I pull, I'm going to pull a tarot card as well as an oracle card. This is going to represent your divine masculine. So I am doing this, of course, from the divine feminine's perspective. It's just easiest for me to channel that way. So this first card is going to represent your divine masculine at this current time. So we do have the turnaround card, which is the Hanged Man card. The key word is revolution, combined with the achievement card, keeping focused on your dream. So when I'm getting the divine masculine's current energy within your connection right now, he may be working or very concentrated on a specific goal. So this is giving him this time where he is suspended in time, this pause in action towards your connection, because it looks to me like he is very focused or trying to achieve some other goal at this present time. So things are at a standstill right now. But the thing is with the Hanged Man, and it doesn't really depict it in this picture, the Hanged Man has a glow around, or like an orb of light around his crown chakra. And so being suspended in that position really does give him an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. It's like the spiritual awakening or understanding. So that really is what that card says to me, is that your divine masculine, the only way that he can turn around things within this connection is by going after his goals at this present time. So he may just need to achieve something in the material world before he can feel good enough to come towards this connection once again. There just could be some things he really needs to complete at this present time. So that is your divine masculine's energy. So where are you, divine feminine? Okay, so we have you under the 7 of Angels, which is the 7 of Swords energy. 7 of Swords does talk about Usually when things have happened to us where we feel like someone has taken something from us, somebody has just kind of snuck away, even lied, betrayed us, things like that. So what is disrupting your peace right now? We have dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. You're trying to heal this right now is what I'm seeing here when it comes to this connection. Your divine masculine could have done something here, and you're really trying to work through this pain to get to a peaceful state. Okay. So you are working currently at this present time. And the key word here is progress. You are making progress with this. So this is actually really, really positive. Okay. You're making progress when it comes to dissolving these unwanted fears and this unwanted feeling. And it could just even be indicating forgiveness as well. It's like you're working on forgiving your divine masculine if he is the person that has in fact done this to you. Now, this may not be connected to your divine masculine. It could be something from your past, as in someone took something from you, stole from you in some way, stole some innocence, and you are working on resolving these issues with yourself at this present time. So it looks like both people are doing some sort of work. Now, what about some energies for the connection? Okay, so we have the Tower combined with Enchanted Forest, which is mystery, magic, and excitement. This is great because the energies of the connection are the Tower, ego, the collapse of ego, the collapse of the old ways. The old ways are the foundation that we have built up for ourselves. It was faulty. It needed to come crumbling down. So if you are now in separation with your divine masculine, there's a good reason for it. Things needed to be torn down so that way they could be rebuilt. So what I'm getting here is that this is actually a time for mystery, magic, and excitement. So it could, yes, of course, be within this connection. But the only way that you guys are going to have this new experience, this excitement, this enchantment, things like that, is when this comes crumbling down. It's like whenever the dust settles from this teardown is when you guys will be able to find this connection once again, like in this enchanted forest is what I'm getting. But even if this is not pointing back towards union at this present time, it could literally mean that it's about things are a mystery right now. But in mystery and not knowing, there is something that's very magical about it. There's something that's very exciting sometimes about not knowing what the next move is. You just know it. You sense it that it's there. You sense it that it's coming. You don't know when it's going to happen, but that's what makes it exciting. It's very magical and mystical and very enchanting. So that's just the energies that are surrounding this connection. It's very transformative and it's very healing is what I'm getting. Very nice. So let's go ahead and see how your divine masculine is seeing you and this connection at this present time. Okay, well, he sees you as the Queen of Hearts, which is fantastic, Queen of Cups. So this sixth sense, this just means that he is also seeing you in his third eye. Okay, he's seeing you, he sees you in his memory, he sees you in his mind, he's intuitively seeing you, he's intuitively picking up possibly on your emotions even. So how he's feeling towards you is his heart is, very warm when it comes to this connection with you. And he has taken time to reflect. So what I'm getting here from him, we have illusion, self-examination, distortion. Now, he may have been distorted before. He may have been in a state of disillusionment before when it came to you in this connection. But he has taken the time to reflect. And that is why he is seeing you in this very positive light now. He's taken time to examine himself. He's taken time to figure out who he is in this connection. And so now he's seeing you as that Queen of Hearts, somebody who he intuitively is starting to have this pull towards, this inner knowingness of who you are to him, what you mean to him, all those things. So it's really positive. So how are you seeing him, Divine Feminine? Interesting. So you're seeing him as the Nine of Angels, which is the Nine of Swords. We have Guardian. Okay, so very interesting take on this card with this deck. Nine of Swords regularly means that we're going through a lot of anxiety. We're going through a lot of pain. We're going through a lot of guilt, shame, those sorts of things. Maybe we can't sleep. We're having nightmares, that sort of thing. But then we also have it combined with Amethyst, which talks about transformation, creativity, and confidence. So how you're seeing your Divine Masculine right now is you're seeing him as he is going through his Tower moment, as we could see right here. And but it's like you're a guardian to his energy. energy, whatever hardships that he is going through, whatever transformation he is currently going through. It's like you're there to also lend your guidance and your care and your love at this present time. So I'm just getting here, that might be why he is seeing you and his third eye, is because he's picking up on this energy that you are around him, okay? That might be why he is, really thinking about you again and just really feeling your presence, is because you are energetically with him, is what I'm getting from this card. So in his time of need, when he is alone, going to sleep at night, there is something about dreams that are coming through here. It's what I'm seeing here. And amethyst could be a special connection for you, or it just could be like a stone that you are being called to at this present time to use for healing purposes, or just to connect, I guess, with like the third eye communication with your divine masculine. Okay, so what lesson do you represent for your divine masculine? What is he either open to, or what may he be challenged by right now? We have the Queen of Trees. And so how you challenge him, what you're here to teach him, is something about himself, how to take care of himself in the material world, or how to connect with himself in the material world. That's just what I'm getting here. I don't know why I'm trying to go more into that. That's what it is. You're also here to help him to emotionally cleanse as well, and to purify himself when it comes to his emotions. Water. This is about rejuvenation. This is also about dipping into the waters of love. So you represent this lesson for him to experience love at the deepest levels, but you also are here to nurture him at the same time. But it's also to represent how to take care of himself and nurture himself when it comes to the material world. I hope it makes sense. So I'm getting water and earth here with this energy. I'm just getting something about this stable feeling when it comes to your emotions, feeling safe to love, feeling safe and feeling good enough about who you are. Feeling good enough is what just keeps coming through. So you're here to represent this for him. So if you are triggering him in a way to where he is running away from you, or he doesn't feel good enough, that's because that's what you were meant to do for him. You were meant to get him to a point where he would purge these things that are no longer working for him. Beliefs that he has always had come crumbling down with that tower. The ego needs to be crumbled. It needs to be released. And I'm getting here that you're a catalyst for that to happen for him. Okay, that's beautiful. So for your divine masculine, what does he represent for you? What type of a lesson here? Interesting. What he represents for you is the Five of Pentacles energy. This is about limitations within the physical world and the material world. This is also about attachment, letting go, restriction, and fear. So he's definitely here to teach you a thing or two when it comes to being attached and being limited in your thinking out of fear-based or attached thinking. So he triggers you in such a way to where maybe he pulls away, maybe you guys are together and then he suddenly pulls away from you, whatever it is, it immediately triggers you and puts you into this state of lack. It immediately forces you to have to figure things out for yourself. You literally feel abandoned. You literally feel left out in the cold. But this is meant to trigger your fears. It's meant to trigger your restrictions in life. It's meant to trigger you so you can heal these things and let them go. So this is actually really positive. So you can look at this as your divine masculine is giving you this as a gift. So that way you no longer have to feel limited in this lifetime. That way you no longer have to stay attached to things out of fear that you will lose something. You're able to let go and realize that you're only restricting yourself with this very limited thinking of, I need this to be happy. And so your divine masculine really drives that lesson home for you to let go. So the more you get into this energy of letting go and not staying attached, the more your divine masculine has delivered this gift to you, and that you are getting it and understanding it and accepting it. And this clears the energy. Okay. And same thing with when it comes to his emotional purging and cleansing and really allowing this nurturing type of an energy, which is the feminine, your energy coming through and being safe, feeling safe to feel these deep emotions. So that's what you're representing to him. So you guys are very much representing some very deep things to each other, okay? So let's go ahead and see what your divine masculine is blocking out, just like absolutely blocking out at this present time. What is he blocking out? What's his biggest challenge right now? We have the 8 of Trees and perception. What I am getting is this. I'm not getting that he's blocking this energy out. I'm getting that he's using this energy to block you out and this connection. He may be so focused when it comes to the material world. He may be so focused when it comes to working on a project or working in his career, trying to advance himself when it comes to some sort of talent or skill, that it literally has veiled his perception now. Okay? So it's like exactly what we're trying to do here is to get him to really get into touch with his emotions and feel safe with being within these emotions. It's almost like he is blocking this out at this present time. Okay, I don't know why the camera got dark, no clue. But anyways, so your divine masculine is really using this 8 of Trees energy, which is 8 of Pentacles, to work, just basically to work his ass off in the material world. And so what it's doing is it's veiling his perception. He's not able to see clearly. He's not able to 100% take off that veil of illusion that he's very much in this energy, and that he's, you know, not able to move forward at this present time because he would rather do this because it's safe for him, is what I'm getting here. He would rather work hard in the material world than deal with that purification of his emotions. That's very safe for him right now. So that's what he's really blocking out. What are you blocking out, Divine Feminine? Okay, so what we have for you is you are blocking out on this sacred journey the 7 of Trees, which is contemplation. This is about realizing that things are on hold for a reason in the material world. The 7 of Pentacles literally means that we kind of sit back and we try to figure out what our next move is, and we're okay with that. So what you are blocking out is you may want to rush and get where you need to get on this sacred journey because you feel it. You're like, we're on the journey. I feel it. I want to go. I want to go towards all these things. I want to go towards family. I want to have transformation. I want to have all these things that we talked about before we got here. The contract that we made, me and my twin flame made. I want to get there. Let's get there already. But what Spirit's saying is that things take time. It's contemplation mode right now. People are contemplating their next move. People aren't sure what they want to do moving forward. That includes your divine masculine. We can see that he's resisting this path right now. And so this is about getting into this energy of it's time for you to also think about your life goals and to think about things that you want to do to build yourself up in the material world. This journey is more than just you and your divine masculine. It is also about you too. So this could be contemplation time for you to figure out what your next move is, what you've always wanted to do in the material world, maybe some dream that you have that you want to move forward with that. And now you have the time to, because if you and your divine masculine are not together right now, you certainly have this time to build on your dreams and your aspirations. So they're telling you to not let that feeling of this pause block you on this journey. Okay, yes, you're in touch with all these things, absolutely. But right now it's a time for you, and it's a time for you to work in the material world. And I think it's very interesting because the 7 follows, or 7 is right before that 8. So you're like one step behind your divine masculine, okay? He's doing this for different reasons is what I'm getting, but it's like that's the next phase that you're going to be going into is you're going to be working on your skills. You're going to be working on your craft. You're going to be working on a talent or doing something in the material world. And that's what you're meant to do right now, is to go into that energy rather than, you know, this energy of worrying about your divine masculine and wondering when things are going to be worked out or when you guys are going to come back together in union, okay? So we're going to end up the reading with where are things headed for the future for you and your divine masculine. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put these cards aside, get these out of the way. Okay, so what we have here, we actually have some really great cards. We do have communication. We have Knight of Angels. This is some, wow. You know what's funny is that this is the Knight of Swords. Usually the Page of Swords is somebody who is watching, somebody who's not doing, but this particular tarot deck says watching. It could be that he is watching you from afar. It could be that he's not necessarily coming forward. But how I would normally read the Knight of Swords is somebody who is actually making the effort to communicate to us, or they're coming towards us in the material world. We do have the Three of Stars, which is about two energies coming together and working as one, and it talks about visions. And then we also have a fresh new cycle with the World card, the universe expansion. So what I'm getting here is that things are expanding with your connection here in the future. And when I say future, this could it's just sometime in the future. You guys are not meant to be in this separation forever. Ganesha says clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. So that's the thing. The more that you two work on clearing these obstacles within yourselves, within your lives, within this connection, the quicker you guys can get to this fresh new start, because the universe is about closing out a cycle and going through into a new chapter. So I definitely see a new chapter, and I see two energies, which are two twin flames coming together with that three, because that's a Three of Wands, Three of Stars. Two energies coming together and now working as one. So to me, again, that's a fresh new start. That's two people coming together. So your divine masculine may watch you for a while and then make the move to come towards you when it comes to communication. So to me, that's what I'm getting from this setup here. So it looks very positive, even though we had a lot of blocks, even though we have your divine masculine who's very much in that energy of he's blocking certain things out at this present time. I'm not seeing that that's something that's going to last forever. It does look to me like he will be guided to take the next step. And it looks like that next step is leading to change and a new opportunity for the two of you to come together. So that's great. That's really, really nice. So if you guys chose stack number 2, remember this is the Vampire Tarot and the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle card. So I will go ahead and shuffle everything up. Okay, so this is going to represent your divine masculine's energies at this time. Okay, so what we have here, we have the Four of Scepters, which is the Four of Wands in this deck. And we also have the Moon. So we could be talking about a Pisces or a Cancer divine masculine, and I actually didn't do that in the first reading that I just did, is go over the astrological signs. But that does not mean that if your divine masculine is not a Pisces or a Cancer, that this isn't him, okay? I just like to throw that in just in case there's somebody out there that's watching this and going, holy shit, that is my divine masculine. I just do that for a reason. So anyways, the Four of Wands is a fantastic card because this just means that we're feeling quite stable when it comes to what we've built up for ourselves. We feel like we have, we can celebrate now. We've created some sort of foundation for ourselves. We're feeling really good. And in this card, we don't see two people. We see one person. So what I'm getting here is that the divine masculine, your divine masculine, may have really created a lot of stability on his own. He may just be alone at this present time and just really enjoying his environment and his home and whatever it is that he has built up for himself as far as finances are concerned, or the things that he's purchased, or just the beauty that's around him, okay? But the Moon energy is about reflection. So this is somebody who is taking the time and kind of going within. So I'm getting that as much as they are feeling very good and proud of their achievements, they're also kind of withdrawn at this, like I said, at this present time. So it could be that somebody is just in that very Moon type of energy where they're just going in, they're going within, they're reflecting, they're not really doing a lot of action when it comes to their feelings or their emotions, okay? So divine feminines, what is your energy? We have 2 4s that came up for you guys. So 4s to me are numbers of like foundations and, things that are like hard work and things like that. But what I have for you here, the 4 of Grails is the 4 of Cups. And so your energy is in, and it's interesting because this really doesn't depict other tarot cards. This shows somebody who's literally drawing the life force or the life energy from you. And it's not serving you. So what I'm getting here is that right now the divine feminine, who chose stack number 2 could be somebody who is just realizing that maybe there's a situation that they just don't feel good about it anymore. Maybe you're spending time with friends, or you're in a job that you don't really like, or you're actually spending time with another person besides your divine masculine. It could be a karmic partner for you, or even a soulmate that you're just not content with anymore. You're just not content enough to be into that situation. So you may just be kind of turning your back on that at this present time. You're just kind of like, So whatever is feeding on you or trying to, give you attention, you're not into it. You're turning your back on it. Your attention is elsewhere. And then we also have playful. So what I'm getting here is that maybe you don't want to be tied down. Maybe you don't really want to be in that serious energy with another person. You would rather be by yourself and just be playful and keep your options open. But if this does not have to do with somebody else, you're single, that's fine. This is just saying that there could be this kind of feeling of discontentment right now. And so what I'm getting here from Spirit is that it's time for you to be more playful. It's time for you to not feel so discontent. If you're feeling this way, there's a reason, and you have to do something about it. Maybe you do have to spend time with other people. Maybe you're shutting people out, because the 4 of Cups is usually somebody who is saying no to something. They're declining. And when you decline, sometimes you can miss out on opportunities that are actually good for you. So Spirit is saying, make sure that you pay attention, divine feminines, to the things that are around you. You may only want your divine masculine, but you could also be really missing out on a lot of other great opportunities. So it's like getting into this more playful energy and just kind of being a lot more light instead of so serious and focused at this present time on just your divine masculine. That's just what I'm getting here. Okay, so this is how your divine masculine is viewing you at this present time. He's viewing you as a 3 of Wands. And conclusion. Okay, so I'm getting here that he is waiting, because this card here, it's like we put something out and this ship is going off. We've made a decision. We put something out there. This is the thought, whatever that is. And now we're waiting for our ships to come back. We're waiting for something to return. And we have conclusions. He's waiting for a conclusion. He's either waiting for you to make contact with him, or he's trying to decide what to do about this connection. So I'm just getting, for him, it's not over. This is still unfinished between the 2 of you. This is something that he still thinks about. So he just may be waiting, is what I'm getting. He's waiting for something. He's waiting for some sort of conclusion or some sort of a sign before he takes the next step to conclude this right now. Very, very interesting. So how do you see your divine masculine, divine feminine? You see him as your Prince of Cups. You see this person as the one you love, even though you might feel different than your divine masculine. Like, you guys could be completely like, you're older, he's younger, he's much older than you, you're younger. There's differences like that. There could be cultural differences. He could be married, you could be single, or vice versa. There just could be many, many differences that we have with our divine masculine. But regardless, you still see him as your love. You still see him as the person that you want to share that cup with. That's the person that you want to give you that cup, is your divine masculine. Also, too, like, you just may be completely different. He enjoys heavy metal and you like classical music. I mean, it could be a difference like that, but it doesn't mean it won't work. It just means that regardless of how different you are, regardless of the differences in the timelines between you and your divine masculine, this divine masculine is in your heart, and that's what you want. Okay, so let's go ahead now and take a look at the energies of the union. We have the Ace of Swords with meditation. Very interesting. So what I'm getting here is that neither one of these people are speaking. So this is probably a connection where you guys are in separation and that there's not a lot of communication going on. The reason why is because we have meditation. People are quiet. People are connecting in a dream world, or they're connecting in 5D. They're connecting telepathically. They're not really connecting in the 3D world. We have Ace of Swords, which is like understanding, truth. This is about our mental realms. And so that's just what I'm getting here, is that there's this mental telepathy, or just this inner knowingness that we have connected to each other with our twin flame. It's just there. We don't try for it. It just is there. You could be having mental conversations and not understand where that's coming from, but you just know certain things. But I'm getting this for both people. Both people are going through this right now, and they may not 100% trust it, is what I'm getting. They might just think that it's wishful thinking, or it's just in their head. ahead. But what I'm getting more than anything is that the more time that they spend in meditation, the more awareness and the more truth that will be bestowed upon them is what I'm getting here. But I'm getting that somebody also does want to pick up that sword and have a fresh new start. They want to come forward towards this connection and give it a dose of truth. Maybe we've been withdrawn from each other for quite some time, and somebody really wants this conversation. Somebody really wants to get to the bottom as to why something happened or what people are going to do moving forward. Somebody wants truth and somebody wants a fresh new start is what I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lesson that you represent for your divine masculine. What lesson do you represent for your divine masculine? We have the Six of Pentacles combined with confidence. So there is something that you represent as a lesson for your divine masculine when it comes to the material world, his worth, his confidence. There is something about an equal exchange of give and take. Does he feel good enough to be able to provide for you? Does he feel good enough to be able to give of himself to you? So there is something that you trigger within your divine masculine that causes him to really need to get to that mature part of himself to where he feels like he can confidently give to you instead of feeling like he has that lack, that he's not good enough. There's some kind of, I don't know if I'm good enough for this connection, or I just don't feel like I'm good enough in the material world. It could also just be that maybe he just lacks confidence and has low self-esteem when it comes to giving in general. He may just feel like he can't share himself. He can't open up to another person. So you really trigger him in this way to have to fight for figuring this out. He may separate from you, or you may have already separated, which is what I'm seeing here. And within other connections with other people, he may have figured out more about himself as that proper give and take. And so what I'm getting here is that you started that for him. He may have ran away from your connection because you created like this feeling in him that you needed something from him, and that might have scared the hell out of him, but you triggered him. And what that naturally did is it propelled him into other situations to where he may have had to give to other people, maybe even against his will, and it's really helped him to figure out what he is ready to give now and what he doesn't want to give. And I'm just getting that you're a part of that. That's very interesting. Okay, so what your divine masculine represents as far as a lesson for you. Strength. This is just about getting really strong when it comes to your self-worth. So this divine masculine may have literally just pierced your heart, and your heart, your ego, just shattered it all, okay? But what I'm getting here is that this was triggered and done for a reason. This was for you to become that strong person that you are today. This is about you battling the beast within. Do you see how confident that woman is? She's got this panther here, and it's just, really ferocious, but she's fine. She's totally fine. She's strong, she's confident, and we have self-worth. Maybe when you came together with your divine masculine, you weren't strong and you didn't have that self-worth, and that's something that he saw, that you're really suffering or lacking in that area. And so that could have also been a turn off for him as well. And so by his rejection, because of your connection with him, this forced you to have to go deep within yourself, to have to become the survivor and rise up from the bottom. Okay, so it's like what I'm getting is that this divine masculine really triggered you in a very deep, deep way, inflicted wounds that were so deep that you never forgot. And so because of this, you've had no choice but to go deep within yourself and literally build yourself from the ground up. So this is really positive in the end. What is your divine masculine completely closed off to at this present time? Like, what is he blocking out right now? What's he struggling with? The Star. Spiritual guidance. Okay. So again, there is that energy of the moon. So this is somebody who is going within, but they could be a little clouded. And so they're not sure if the energies or the messages that they're receiving right now are in fact, are they just wishful thinking, or is it real? And we have belonging. Do I belong with this person? What I'm getting here is that your divine masculine may really be blocking out any kind of spiritual guidance that the two of you belong together. Like this feeling of, I just belong with this person. I just feel like I belong with this person. They may be fighting this right now is what I'm getting here, because they just don't want to either believe it, or they just are, again, I keep getting that they just almost feel foolish for having this thought. and having this feeling. So they're really blocking it. As much as they're feeling it, they're blocking it right now at the same time. So it doesn't mean this won't happen. It doesn't mean that they will not embrace this at some point, but right now what I'm getting is they're really struggling with this connection, that the two of you belong together, that this is what they really want. Interesting. So what are you blocking out at this present time, Divine Feminine? We have the Hermit, okay? So you're blocking out right now possibly being alone, or going into that hermit mode, or blocking the fact that maybe your Divine Masculine and you are separated right now and that he still needs time. That could be what it is. But what I'm getting more than anything is that this takes strength and obedience for you to go into that hermit mode, do your work, do your healing, do what you need to do in order to gain your strength and wisdom when it comes to healing on this journey with this connection, or for this connection. So right here we have the Justice. So this is the scales. We have that Sword of Truth, and we have obedience. It really tells us that we have to be very obedient when it comes to our healing and the spiritual path, because the Hermit is a very spiritual person that takes the time on their own and goes within. You may want to be with your Divine Masculine, and so you may be blocking the fact that the two of you still need the separation, that there's something bigger at hand here. It's not just about this, it's not just about you and him, it's about you too. So you might be blocking the self-work that you still need to do on this journey. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where things are headed. What does the future look like? So let me just put these aside. Okay, so what we have here, I love this because this one tells me, we did start with the Divine Masculine with the Moon. So here the Moon is coming through again. This card talks about vision, meaning that our vision, we can finally see something here. That darkness that we were in before, now we're starting to see things. Things are being illuminated. That person is now in front of the Moon. We can see her very clearly. So what I am getting here, because we do have two feminine energies coming through these cards right now, what I'm getting here, as much as a struggle as this journey has been for you and your Divine Masculine, as much as he's struggling to block this connection or not see this connection for what it truly is, I am getting that he is going to see this. The Queen of Knives is the Queen of Swords. This is somebody where they're ready to have a conversation. So that Ace of Swords that came up earlier, that night, I can't remember which one it was, but it was just, the communication that somebody may want to have in this connection. I'm getting that there's a conversation in the future. And I'm getting that it is because it's been illuminated to the Divine Masculine that this is the person that he, has this connection with, and that he at least needs to have a conversation with her. So as much of a struggle as this journey has been for the both of them, I'm getting resolution. Because we have the Two of Scepters, which is also the Two of Wands. To me, this is a twin flame card. It's two fire energies. But more than anything, we make some sort of decision to move forward into that energy of creation, which is the Three of Wands. I'm getting, though, too, that there could be some hard conversations that do take place in the future. When it comes to these two people, because there could have been betrayal, sadness, and heartbreak in the past. But I'm just getting that the truth is going to come out, and people are going to be able to move forward in a positive way. Things are coming to light. Things are going to be illuminated for you that chose number 2. So you can look forward to at least some sort of darkness coming to the light. And even if some of these conversations are hard to have, I'm getting that they're happening regardless. And so we're at least going to have something happening within this twin flame connection, which is good. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now let's go ahead and move on into the fairy deck. So if you chose stack number 3, this is the fairy deck, or decks, I should say. Okay, so this is your divine masculine at this current time, his current energy. Okay, so his current energy here is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is somebody who is going in search of something more meaningful. They may currently be walking away from you. It could be that they're currently walking away from another relationship right now, but whatever it is that they're doing, they're on the search for something, okay? So we have before the gathering, celebration, anticipation, and event. So what I'm getting here is that before the two of you can come together, this is very necessary that your divine masculine goes on this search or pursuit of something. It could be a life purpose, a life path, a lesson, whatever that is. This is right before the gathering. This is right before the two of you can have your reunion. So right off the bat, I'm already seeing that this is a necessary thing that the divine masculine is doing right now. So if he's leaving that karmic or he's leaving you, whatever is happening, this is happening for the greater good of this connection. Divine feminine's energy. Divine Feminine is in the Four of Wands. Beautiful card. This is a really beautiful card because it's talking about our foundation. So Four of Wands is related to the twin flame journey because usually in that card we see an 1111. So it's like, you know, that energy of twin flame energy, spiritual connections. We also have the Yule Singer, rebirth, feasting, and joy. You know, to me, I almost thought this was the Three of Cups because the Three of Cups is a very joyous card. We're getting together with family and friends. We're feeling great. This is about festivals. This is about celebrations. This is about, you know, festivities. So what I'm getting for the divine feminine is that she's feeling quite content right now in her world or in her environment. She is feeling very stable when it comes to either this connection with her divine masculine to where she knows what he's doing. She's not worried about it. Okay. She has faith. This is her twin flame. This is what she's doing. That's what he's doing. She's not worried about it. But it could also be too that she's just working on herself in the material world, or she's spending time with family and friends, and she's in this high vibration of celebration and just of joy is what I'm getting. It's a really positive card for divine feminines. Okay. Wow, I just totally scared my cat. So this is how the divine masculine is viewing the divine feminine and this connection at this present time. We have the Six of Wands, which is beautiful. And we have the Mabon. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we have shining hope and future. Six of Wands is beautiful because what I'm getting here from this is that the divine masculine, the divine masculine may see the divine feminine right now as achieving her goals, living her dreams, somebody that he is seeing in the limelight, because the Six of Wands is somebody who is recognized for their achievements. This is usually a person that's in a parade and they're literally being celebrated for their achievements. So he could be seeing her as very successful right now. He could know this for some reason. Maybe if they're not in communication, he knows this through friends. He knows this through work. Maybe they work together. He sees her on social media, whatever it is. It's like he has this view of her, of victorious, somebody who is really doing well. Okay. And look at how beautiful this lady is. This talks about shining hope and future. So this person, it's like your divine masculine looks at you as a shiny diamond. This is somebody who is full of just achievement, and, you know, glittery achievements is just what's coming through. But how your divine masculine also views this connection is that there's definitely hope for the future for the two of you, that you guys can make it when it comes to this connection. So it's positive both ways is what I'm getting for how your divine masculine is viewing you right now. How does the divine feminine view her divine masculine? Okay, so she views him as the Ten of Pentacles. She views him as somebody that she wants to come together with and get married. She also, we have fairy godmother, and what I'm getting here is like wishes fulfilled, wish come true for my fairy godmother. But this also talks about revelation, discovery, and epiphany. So how she's seeing her divine masculine right now is, you know, that this is the person that she wants to have a future with, a family, you know, a home, all that sort of thing. But she also is viewing her divine masculine as that he is discovering these things about himself right now. He may be working on building himself up in the material world, and so she's seeing him working very hard. And through this, she is seeing that he is having revelations and discovery and epiphanies. And so she's even possibly hoping, like if she doesn't know that, she's hoping that through his achievements, through him being more stable stable, that he is going to have that epiphany that the two of them, belong together, is what I'm getting here. But mostly this is my wish come true. This is the person that I want to marry. This is the person I want to have children with. This is the person I want to spend my life with. So that's how you're viewing your divine masculine. Okay, so let's go ahead and see messages or energies for the connection. Connection, we have High Priestess and we have Oath. Ooh, okay. The connection, it's saying this is an oath. This is an oath that the two of you made. Now, that's all twin flame connections, but I just love it when we have a card that says contract or oath, because it's just really coming through as a very strong, and twos could also be a special number for you and your divine masculine if you're watching this, because we have 22 and we also have 2 as in the High Priestess. So 2222, 222, or just 22, whatever it is, could be special for your connection or one of you. For some reason, this could also just be a sign. But what I'm getting for the current connection is right now you guys may not be speaking because we have the High Priestess, and so this is somebody who is reserved, somebody who is holding back their feelings or holding back what they're saying, so they're in their minds, they're just kind of thinking, but they know. They just have this inner knowingness that the two of these people, we made an oath. This is a part of our contract. This is a part of what we said we were going to do when we came here to have this experience in the earthly realm. So that's just Spirit's way of confirming that there was definitely a contract between the two of you and your divine masculine, and things are unknown when it comes to this connection right now, or people are not speaking, or people are withdrawn, people are going within themselves to try to figure out what it is that they're doing with this connection. So that's just what's coming through. So let's go ahead and take a look at a lesson that you represent for your divine masculine. We have 4 of Pentacles. So this is about foundation in the material world, but it is also about letting go. And we have deceit, betrayal, the trickster. So this is the thing. So you may have triggered your divine masculine in such a way to where this is about holding on too tightly to something. It could be money. It could be just, this is the way that I am and I'm never going to change. I want to be single forever. I don't want to be married. I don't want to have kids, whatever. So he could have gone into this trickster mode, lying, deceit, betrayal. Okay, you triggered this in your divine masculine, but it's for a reason. It's to break him out of this pattern, is what I'm seeing. It's almost like he may have had to go into that mode because he was so busy holding so tightly onto something that he thought that was going to bring him happiness, which could be material possessions, okay? Or it could just be that he didn't want to change. So this foundation for him, you triggered him to make certain mistakes and do certain things to break up this foundation, so that way he would have to change. So what I'm getting here is that you really triggered your divine masculine to have to change his foundation and who he is, and also the way that he views the world, and also his possessions and money. So it's really positive, actually. How your divine masculine triggered to you, or what lesson he represents for you. Death. This is all about major transformation and letting go, okay? Comes here with nobility, grace, and gratitude. Okay, so this is the thing. I mean, your divine masculine may have abruptly ended your connection. And so this literally puts you, or, just kind of threw you into survival mode, devastation mode, just death mode, where you had no choice but to rebuild your life. You had no choice but to let go and move forward. But the thing, what I'm getting here, is that it puts you into the state of grace and gratitude. So if you have not felt this yet, this just means that you have not received the gift of this lesson just yet. But that's really what it's giving you. It's giving you this gift of nobility, grace, and gratitude. So it's about being grateful for this ending. It's about being grateful for the transformation that this divine masculine bestowed upon you, and the changes that you're now making or have made in a positive way. It's all been for your own growth and your own good. Very cool. So now let's take a look here at what the divine masculine, did I already go through that? Hold on for a second. Yeah, I did. So let's go ahead and see now what the divine masculine is just blocking out right now, what he is just really struggling with, or he's not open to right now. We have Knight of Swords, communication. He's blocking this out right now, okay? He may want to communicate, but for some reason he's holding back. Now, we did get the High Priestess earlier, so that really told me that this is somebody who may just be reserved for some reason. They're just reserved. Why are they reserved? We have the life bringer, establishment, growth, and fulfillment. What I'm getting here is that they are working on their own life at this present time. They're also working, they're growing, they're establishing themselves. They may be conjuring up something. They may not feel confident enough right now to come towards you. They might not feel like they're ready. They may not feel like they're at that point in their life. They may not feel like they have what it takes right now to be able to bring you something solid, is what I'm getting from this. Okay. So that's what they're blocking out right now, is connection. What are you blocking out, Divine Feminine? You're also blocking out communication. She who laughs, humor, perspective. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the Ace of Swords is somebody who's like, nope, I'm not going to communicate either. I'm not going to do it. So she's just got to be in that energy of being lighthearted at this present time. She can't be super serious about this, because if she is, all it's going to do is it's going to destroy her. So she's really got to get into this mode of, you know what, I'm just going to be lighthearted about it. Whenever he conjures up the straight, that's great. I'm not going to stop my life in the meantime, but at least I have a feeling it's coming. I just don't know when. So she's just trying to be lighthearted in the current way. It could be that this is also, this lack of communication is causing her to be depressed to where she cannot have a good time. I just picked up on that too. So just take whichever message resonates with you. But regardless, it's like this is being blocked right now. Either happiness because this communication isn't coming, or you're straight up blocking happiness. And so you're just in this mode of whatever right now. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the future energies of this connection. Where are things headed? All right, so let me put these aside. Blood month. That's like, when I see that card, it just reminds me of a menstrual cycle. I don't know. And then it's really crazy because we have this Divine Feminine who's holding her belly like she's pregnant. So I have no idea if this is an indication of a pregnancy. We also have the Hermit. It could represent Virgos. And then we have Page of Pentacles again, that can represent a brand new offer. And sometimes pages, because they hold that, like that thing in their hand, could be a seed. So we could literally be talking about a pregnancy in the future if that resonates with you. But anyways, I'll just kind of go into some other messages just in case that message doesn't apply to some of you. The Seven of Pentacles literally is a time to just kind of figure things out. So I'm getting here that people may still be withdrawn with this hermity energy. They may still be in contemplation mode. They may still be thinking, not really doing. They may want to come towards each other and have this fresh new start. But the thing is, somebody's got to make a sacrifice. Somebody has to make a decision. Somebody has to offer something, or nothing is going to change. So this could be what people want, but they're still kind of trying to figure out, can I make that sacrifice? Can I make that decision to offer something? I do want to offer something, but I kind of want to be reserved too. I don't know what I want to do. So I'm getting confusion. I'm getting this energy that's a little stuck, but I'm getting the thoughts are there. But maybe the action, it's going to take some strength and courage in order for these two people to, because we could already see both of them are at a standstill. Divine Masculine is like, nope, I'm blocking out communication, and so is the Divine Feminine. So somebody's got to make a sacrifice. Somebody's got to make it happen, or it's not going to freaking happen. So that might be a special message for some of you that picked stack number 3. So let's go on now into the last stack, which is stack number 4. Remember, this was the very cosmic-y kind of cards. Okay, so your Divine Masculine at this current time. We have the Moon. Could be a Pisces or a Cancer. along with move forward. Okay, so your divine masculine right now, maybe in that that kind of dark side of the moon, but this is about somebody who's withdrawn. They're in a subconscious level. They're just going within. So they may just be very much to themselves and withdrawn. But we also have a complete opposite energy, which is talking about moving forward. So it could be that they are preventing themselves right now from moving forward because they're in this a very stuck energy of the moon. But the thing is that the moon is necessary because sometimes there's much to be learned from the darkness. And so what I'm getting is that whatever lessons or whatever knowledge or just insight that they gain during this moon period, it will help them in moving forward. So that's just what I'm getting with this divine masculine. Divine feminine, what is her energy? Okay, so we have her as the Seven of Chalices, which is kind of like that very watery card of I'm very confused. I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing. I have a lot of things to think about. I have a lot of decisions to make. I have a lot of options. I need to narrow it down. I need to stop procrastinating. I need to stop standing in my own way. I just need to do something. So she's very wishy-washy right now. And we have the card of self-worth. So she could literally be working on issues of self-worth. Maybe she doesn't feel ready to make a choice. Maybe she doesn't feel like she's worth it to be able to make this choice. Maybe she's trying to wrap something up in her life, but she's having a hard time focusing on one thing to make something happen. And it could be because she still is working on her own issues at this present time. So I'm just kind of getting this as a block for this divine feminine. She's trying to work on herself, but it's almost like she's got all this scattered energy that's working against her at the same time. Okay, so this is how the divine masculine sees his divine feminine. We have Six of Crystals, which is Six of Pentacles. And we have Sacred Journey. Very interesting. This is telling me here, I mean, this divine masculine could be possibly aware of twin flames, okay? But even if he's not, what I'm getting here is that he sees her as a part of his journey in this lifetime, meaning that it could be that at this time he is feeling like she was very significant as a part of his growth on his journey of life, or that their connection was very sacred to him. So now we have the Six of Crystals, which is I want to be able to give something. Do you see these hands? I want to be able to give something to this divine feminine. He may want something from you. I'm getting give and take. I want an equal exchange. I want to have contact again in the material world. That way I can give you something and then you can give me something. I'm getting that he craves this from his divine feminine at this present time. I'm getting that he may even be on a sacred journey right now. And so because of this, it's like he's feeling very much the sacred connection with his divine feminine. And so it causes him to really want to reconnect with her. How the divine feminine views her divine masculine. Okay, so she sees him as still somebody who maybe isn't stable. Maybe he's juggling things right now. Maybe he's juggling her and someone else if they are in communication. But what I'm getting more than anything is that she might see him as still not 100% mature or grown up to come towards her and make communication. So she wants communication with her divine masculine, but she's still not sure what he's going to do. I'm getting that he's not doing it. I'm getting that he's still kind of up in the air with this connection with her, and she knows it. And so she wants this communication. Hell, she may even be wanting to make communication herself, but she's in this energy of the Two of Pentacles, which is like one day she's like, yeah, maybe. And then the next day she's like, maybe not. So there's just up and down energy when it comes to communication. So she's either knowing that this is her divine masculine feeling this way, or she's feeling this way herself, or they're both feeling this way. Interesting. So let's go ahead and see now the connection here. What is the connective energy right now? The connective energy is very spiritual, and we have hope. What I'm getting here is that this is a very spiritual connection. Obviously, it's a twin flame connection, but I'm getting here that their connective energy right now is very guided at this present time. They could both be very connected to each other. That might be why the divine masculine is so connected to the divine feminine right now, because he's taken the time to go within. He may be on a very spiritual journey right now, and it's causing him to open up to his his divine feminine. And whether he realizes it or not, that, she's a part of this, like that they're twin flames or whatever, doesn't matter. What I'm getting here is that through the spiritual growth and guidance, it's giving this connection hope. I'm getting that this connection is guided right now from the divine. So it's literally divine guidance that's giving us hope for the future. So this is very hopeful connection, and it's very hopeful the way that they both feel towards the connection at this present time. Very spiritual, a lot of spiritual growth and undertones there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the lesson that the divine feminine, what she's here to teach the divine masculine, or what she triggered in him before a separation, if they have had one. Yeah. This is the way she triggered him. She triggered him to awaken, is what I'm getting. So the divine feminine, something that she's done here has caused her divine masculine to awaken. Now, she doesn't have to be with him for this to happen. But the 9 of orbs is 9 of swords. This is suffering. This is somebody who feels a lot of guilt and shame, especially when they're alone at night. They could literally be haunted by just something that they did to the divine feminine, or just some kind of action that they have taken. Perhaps karma, something that they've done to other people has come back to haunt them. And so this literally causes him to see how he may have treated his divine feminine, and it causes him to awaken because of her. It's connected to her, is what I'm getting. I'm sorry, my cat is like, oh, come on. My cat's just all over the place. Big surprise, right? So yes, I'm getting here that while he's alone, this is happening when he's alone, not when he's with other people, that he has awakened. I'm getting that this divine masculine is awake right now. So divine feminine, if you're watching this and you have not seen or talked to your divine masculine in a while, I'm getting that whatever suffering he's going through right now, he's relating this back to you, and he is awakened. He is awakened right now. And that's probably why we have these 2 cards here, which is he's now on the journey. He's feeling this sacred connection with you, because remember, this is how he views you in this connection. He wants to come back. He wants to come back. He wants your presence. He wants your energy again in his life. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. So how did the divine masculine, what lesson did he teach the divine feminine, or is teaching her now? We have 2 of swords, and we also have shine. Wow. Okay, so it could literally be that this, and I love it, 2 + 9 is 11. This could literally be that the divine masculine, we have 2 of orbs here. 2 of orbs is a card where you're at a stalemate, you're at a standoff with somebody. So this divine feminine and masculine could literally have stopped talking, and there wasn't any real resolution. And so it caused people to have to go within to figure out, and especially the divine feminine, it caused her, like, I'm getting that the divine feminine literally had no closure with this divine masculine, or he did something that she just couldn't quite understand. So what it did is it literally forced her to have to go within herself to figure it out. But through this, I'm getting that she has came out a survivor. She has arisen. She is shining now, her brightest that she's ever shown. And it's because of this divine masculine. This divine masculine has caused her to go into this mode of, living out her dreams, her passions, finding her life's purpose, everything. It's so positive, you guys. Normally it's the kittens that are in these readings, and now these are my big kitties. The kittens are sleeping. This is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So what is this divine masculine just blocking out at this present time? What is he really being challenged by right now? Wow, the 6 of Cups, memories and reconciliation. The thing is, as much as this divine masculine has awakened, and as much as he wants his divine feminine, he's blocking this out at the same time. He's blocking it out. Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, he's blocking it out. But I'm getting patience with this. He may be blocking it out because he's not ready or she's not ready, and he knows this. So he's blocking this this reunion out. He's blocking out. It's like he's trying not to think about her. I'm getting that he can't help it, that she just pops up in his mind, but he's blocking it out at the same time. He's trying to be patient. He's trying to not, he's just trying not to have that feeling of impatience, because it may be driving him to a place to where he's uncomfortable now. So I'm just getting that he's trying to subtly deal with the memories. He's trying to subtly deal with the way that things are at this present time. He may not be ready to come towards her, or he may know that she's not ready to come towards him, but whatever it is, he's just trying to be patient. So he's blocking that out right now. What is the divine feminine struggling with or blocking out? Okay. So what she's blocking out, or what she's struggling with right now, maybe the divine feminine here, maybe she is not independent. Maybe she needs to become more independent in this lifetime. And so what she may be blocking out is going on her own. Maybe she's in a connection. Maybe she's not, though. But if she is in a connection, she may fear that she doesn't have enough financial independence to be able to create some sort of abundance on her own, that she cannot survive on her own. She's also blocking out integrity. She may want to do something that's not in alignment with integrity, okay? So it's like she's blocking out this feeling of, just getting in touch with her independence, and also she may be blocking out her thoughts of wanting to do something that she knows isn't probably good for her. So I'm seeing that both people are thinking about each other and want this connection, but it's almost like they both know that this may not be the right time for some reason, that it may not be the right time, because the divine feminine doesn't want to act without integrity. So that tells me that there's a reason that she would act without integrity, and that could be because she is with someone right now. Now that message is not going to resonate with everybody, but that's just a message that's coming really strong through this card right now. But most definitely what I'm getting to is that let's just take away this integrity and just talk about this one, because the integrity is kind of messing me up, because I'm only getting the message with integrity that this is about people that are with someone right now. I'm getting here for the divine feminine, what she may be blocking out at this present time is just working on herself, being alone, and just doing what she needs to do in order to build up her independence, or even possibly go into business for herself. Just she may be blocking this out right now because she's either concentrated on her divine masculine, or she's just feeling like she just can't make it on her own. There could just be that she's blocking out right now. That's just what I'm getting. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the future energies of this connection. Where are things headed? Oh wow, these are these are kind of crazy cards. Okay, so what I'm getting here with the Three of Orbs. The Three of Orbs could be connected to the integrity that I spoke of before with the divine feminine. This could be something where in the future for the two of these people, that this is could be like a third party situation, as in somebody is still involved with another person. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So I'm going to go into another message that is entirely different, just in case that's not resonating with most of you. But what I'm getting more than anything is that there has definitely been this heartbreak or sadness or betrayal when it comes to this connection. So we do have the divine masculine's energy coming through here. This is the Emperor. This is about logic. This is about structure. This is about somebody who kind of takes charge in a situation. So it is like this sadness and betrayal, whatever this is here that has happened before, we've got to logically put things into perspective. We can't not forgive this person any longer. This unforgiveness, this pain that's associated with this connection, it can't continue. It doesn't have a place in this connection. We need to let this shit crumble down. The only way that we're going to have a fresh new start with this divine masculine and come out stronger in the end because of it is if we let this go. And the only way that we can let this go is by becoming strong in our minds, by becoming, taking the bull by the horns and facing that fear and going into that darkness and doing what we can to deal with it, and then purge it, cleanse it, heal from it, move on, forgive, let go, and have that tower moment. Two people fall off. This is the end of a cycle. This is, whatever. But this could even be for one of them, like they're letting go of a partner as well, and then they become much more strong and independent on their own. I'm just getting here that we definitely, strength is going to be required in order for this divine feminine and masculine to have some sort of change. So I'm not seeing anything that indicates that this divine feminine and masculine are going to come back together right now, or in the future. Doesn't mean they won't. But I'm just getting that there's some obstacles that are in the way of this connection, and those things have to be dealt with if they're going to be able to have any change or structure. And the thing is, I'm just not feeling good with leaving it there. I'm just not. So after this Tower moment, what the fuck happens? I just want to know. What happens after this Tower moment? Once these two people have this Tower moment, or this connection has the Tower moment, what's next? Okay, so the Seeker of Orbs is somebody who is thinking about the truth. This is about illumination. This is about somebody who is thinking about things in terms of clarity. So they're clear now. They're clear now. They can see the truth in a situation. What we have here is the Judgment card, karma. This just means that there was some kind of a karmic lesson or karmic cycle that needed to end. And yes, it did include deception. It did include people basically abandoning us or leaving us out to dry. And that created so much pain that it literally transformed us. So the Judgment card is literally the card right before the World card, which is, let's close this chapter out so we can move forward and we can move past this. The Seven of Swords to me is also a card where we're moving. As we can see, people are saying goodbye. They're letting something go. And so I'm getting that the karma has been released. After this Tower, the karma has been released. Now people can have a lot more mental clarity when it comes to this connection. And I don't know if Spirit's just refusing to give me a message when all this clarity has finally happened and we've had our Tower moment and the cycle has ended. Is this connection just not meant to continue, or are we meant to come back together in union with our twin flame? So I'm just going to draw one more card, and it's going to be from the Gaia Oracle, just to give us some kind of frickin' closure. Night Wind, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. I said one, but I need three. Moving out into the world, doubt and fear. Somebody who's apprehensive and thinking of you. Okay, this is what I'm getting now, because it's like I just was not understanding what Spirit is saying here. This is very clear to me now. This is basically a cycle that I'm being presented here. But see, it's long and drawn out. So this really tells me that this could take a little bit of time. So we have this pain, this deception, this betrayal, whatever the hell this is, okay? We need to deal with it very logically. We can't be emotionally dealing with this pain anymore. Dealing with it in an emotional matter, we may have cried, we may have, just really taken it into ourselves, but now it's time to get logical and slay this dragon once and for all, like a king would. Now we can have our Tower moment. We're having our Tower moment. Once we do, this cycle is now clear. So now we have a chance to move on in a positive direction. So now we have movement. We have people that are now moving forward, releasing something, letting go. Now we have the Seeker of Swords, the Page of Swords, which is now I have clarity. Now I can see things clearly. Now I understand. Got it. And that's probably where the strength comes from. You're stronger from this situation. I might not certainly feel like that because it's been a hardship. This has not been an easy connection is what I'm getting here from Spirit. So when I ask Spirit, well, what the heck's going to happen after this Tower moment? Where is this leading? Night Wind. people are still facing their fears, subconscious release, healing. Like they're still healing from all this. They're still healing from all the darkness. They're still healing from all this releasing that just took place. So it's not like all of a sudden they have their tower moment and they're just like ready to come back together. It wouldn't make sense, I guess, otherwise. People are still a little apprehensive. They're healing. Look, this person really looks like they're licking their wounds and they're really just kind of recovering, right? That's exactly what's going on here. It's a storyline. But what we end up with is this: thinking of you, a loving thought, serendipity. So people naturally are still thinking about their twin flame. After all this releasing, after all this time, after all this letting go and all this hardship, they're still connected. They're still thinking of each other. So that's all Spirit's going to give us. We're at least thinking about each other. We may not be coming back together right now or anytime soon, but the thought of each other is still there. You're still connected to your twin flame in that way. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, despite the last one being kind of like dragged on and all over the place. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.